everybody, imagine a system in which political parties are receiving massive donations. Now, this seems completely normal. It happens in many countries. But what if I tell you that these donations are kept anonymous? Not even the common people, not even a political party knows that who is giving that political party money and who is giving how much money to that political party. Now, this seems a little fishy. This has created a large controversy. This news has spread like a wildfire all across India. Many people call this a scam, while others call this a controversy. Now, whether this is a scam or a controversy, it is for us to decide. So, a small request for you to please watch this video till the end, because throughout the video, I will be giving you certain facts on the basis of which you can take wise decisions. Also, at the end of the video, I will be giving you my own opinion about this issue. Now, let us first understand what an electoral bond actually is. See, I have explained you the concept of bond in my Silicon Valley Bank collapse video, so you can check that out as well. So coming back, all of us know what's a loan. In a loan, banks give money to an organization, a person or an entity in exchange for some money that is called interest. Now, what happens in a bond is the actual opposite. In a bond, a large company, a large organization issues bonds and asks the people to buy those bonds and give money to that company or organization issuing that electoral bond. Now, if I add the word electoral here, it is evident that bonds that are given to political parties is called an electoral bond. See, electoral bonds are financial instruments or money used for making donations to political parties. They were introduced in 2018 to ensure transparent political funding, to ensure that there is no corruption or spread of black money. Now, these electoral bonds are only issued by some specific branches of SBI, State Bank of India, and they are issued in different denominations. They are issued in 1000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh and 1 crore. Now, for example, if I want to buy bonds worth 5,000 rupees, so what will I do? I will go to the SBI bank, to a particular branch of the SBI bank. I will buy 5 electoral bonds worth 1,000 rupees each. Then I will give those 5 electoral bonds to the political party I wish to give it. Then, say once I have given those 5 electoral bonds to that political party, the 5,000 rupees that I gave to SBI will now be encashed in that bank account of that political party. This is how the concept of electoral bonds in political funding actually works. They were introduced in 2018. Now friends, why do you think electoral bonds are required? See, India is a large country. It has billions of people, 28 different states, and it is very difficult. It's a very big thing to carry out elections, especially in India. And all of us know that elections are just around the corner. So obviously, all political parties will require some or the other sort of money to carry out election campaigns, to prepare their manifesto and to carry out elections. This is why an electoral bond is actually required. Before an electoral bond was actually issued, there was direct transfer of cash from the person to the political party. However, this electoral bond scheme was introduced because before the scheme, we didn't know who is actually giving money to whom. There could be a gangster or a criminal on the other side giving money to that political party. It could lead to circulation of black money, it could lead to corruption. That's why an electoral bond was issued. Now, let us look at some important data. Between 2018 to 2022, total bonds worth rupees 9,188 crore were issued. They were collected by all the political parties. Out of this, BJP received it was the highest beneficiary. It received the maximum amount of money as electoral bonds. It received rupees 5,272 crore. Followed by second highest Indian National Congress, 952 crore rupees. Now, do you know that the concept of electoral bonds is actually only in India? That doesn't mean that other countries do not get political fundings. There are different mechanisms for different countries to collect their own money as donations and political fundings by people and organizations. Let us have a look at some major countries and how do they do their political funding. Let us look at UK. It's very similar to India. Limitless contributions can be given. We can give as much donation as we want to a specific political party, and these donations are remained anonymous. In USA, same thing. The donations can be limitless, so the government actually receives money in billions of dollars there. Now let us take a look at Germany. You cannot give money to individuals. You can only give money to political parties. So the donation is only limited from a person to a political party or a company to a political party. You cannot even give money to a person who belongs to the political party you support. And these donations are again made anonymous except donations above $12,000. If the donation is about $12,000 in Germany, then it has to be disclosed. In Canada, donation can be limitless and the political party can only use a specific amount of money as their donation. Now, I told you that the electoral bonds was introduced to stop circulation of black money and it was implemented to avoid corruption in election campaigns. However, there are two arguments. One side of the party says that electoral bonds is very good because of the same reason that it will lead to free and fair elections. However, the other side of the party, that includes the Supreme Court as well, says that the electoral bond scheme is kind of biased. It leads to opacity in political funding because since it is anonymous, nobody knows who is giving money to which political party and how much money is being given. The Supreme Court also says that it is violating the rules of the Constitution. The electoral bond scheme is violating the right of information to people. Now, this electoral bond controversy is not just one controversy. It is a collection of many controversies, or rather, this entire issue is an epicenter of many new controversies because this one single news, it exposed so many dark truths of the government that you might not want to know. Let us take a look at some of them. See, till now, the government told that these fundings or these donations would remain anonymous. No one would know who gave how much money to which political party. Only SBI would know the data because SBI will have to maintain some data on who or which organization gave how much money to which party. Except the SBI, not even the current ruling party, no political party, not even the people could know anything else about these electoral bonds. However, when it was introduced in 2018, there was a journalist who was named Poonam Agrawal. She was back then working for the Quint Media Organization. She wanted to inspect whether this transparency of the electoral bonds, as the government says, Is it actually true or no? Is the identity actually being hidden or no? So, what she did was, she bought 2 electoral bonds on 2 different days, on 5th April and on 9th April. She observed that both the electoral bonds looked absolutely similar. They were absolutely identical except the date, obviously. So these both bonds looked absolutely the same. Everything was fine till now, until she sent both the bonds for forensic lab testing. These forensic testing proved that these bonds, this political funding was actually a game that the government was playing on all people. That forensic testing revealed that the identity of the people is not actually anonymous. There was a secret alphanumeric code found on the top corner of the electoral bond. And this alphanumeric number could only be visible under ultraviolet or UV rays. They were not visible by the naked eye. Hence, this proved that this electoral bond scheme was actually a lie. It was just what the government told to satisfy all the people. In fact, the identity of everyone was revealed. Every single electoral bond had a different alphanumeric number, and this revealed the identity of the donor. In fact, former Finance Minister of India, Arun Jaitley himself said that except the person who has the electoral bond, apart from that, no other person will know the details of the donor. Okay, so for this case, let's do a big round of applause to the Supreme Court and a few other political parties. A few political parties such as CPI Marxist, NGO Common Cause and ADR filed a petition against the BJP. Also, the Supreme Court on 15th of February 2024 declared the electoral bond scheme unconstitutional. The Supreme Court said that it is the people's right to know what's really happening in India, what the government and political parties are doing the money that is given by the people of India. Hence, the Supreme Court was absolutely against this concept of electoral bonds. Also, there is one more truth that you might not want to hear. Do you know, a few months back or a few weeks back, the Supreme Court, it asked SBI to give the data it collected for electoral bonds. However, the SBI said that for election purposes, they would release that data after 3 months. However, when the Supreme Court ordered aggressively again, when it ordered the SBI to release the data, that same data the SBI denied earlier was released in just 2 days. Now, this clearly tells us that SBI did not want the people to know. In fact, SBI and many other political parties did not want the people to know what's really happening, and they didn't want people to get aware of this game that is fooling all of us. Now, this is a clear picture, or this is a clear differentiation that tells both sides of the party, the government and the Supreme Court. In short, the government is in favor of electoral bonds, and it says that it is required to carry out free and fair elections, and it is required to maintain transparency. And it is not actually maintaining transparency, but still. The Supreme Court says that they are not in favor of electoral bonds because it violates the rules of the Constitution, and the people have the right to know what is really happening with their money. Now, what's my opinion on this? See, I am not making this video to brainwash you or to criticize any political party, neither to tell you to vote for any specific political party. In this video, I am just questioning the government that why did you maintain such dishonesty? Why did you let your political parties and yourself be aware of the identity of the people when you said that it would remain anonymous? Also, this is a question to the media, that where was the media? This was such a big news. It was one of the most biggest controversies in the entire history of India after independence. Why was there not enough media coverage for this issue? Do you know what's the definition meaning of a scam? The dictionary says that scam is a clever but a dishonest way to earn money. Now we can clearly see that the government used dishonest means in order to make money, including the political parties. So we can actually call this issue a scam. This was my opinion. I completely support the Supreme Court. Hats off to CJR Chandrachud for his bold decision against the Supreme Court. I think it is required because India should be aware of what's really happening with them. India should be aware of all the truths. What's your opinion on this? Do share it down in the comment box below. Thank you.